Minister Mbalula has ambitious plans to get the rail industry back on track. Some of the country's 30,400 kilometers of rail network have become underutilized or closed in the last 10 years. This has negatively affected the competitiveness of rail. Mbalula says one of the passenger rail reforms his department is working on is the introduction of high-speed rail into the service mix.
We're looking at high-speed rail between Johannesburg. We're going to start with Johannesburg and Durban. The president talked about Messina. And now the calls of the people of Mulot for the rail, we're going to answer them.
He has promised that by the end of the year, all passenger trains will be moving again.
From Soweto to Tembisa and everywhere else. We might not have all the blue trains everywhere. We still have the yellow trains, but we're doing away. We're introducing Istimela Sabantu everywhere in the country. We are producing trains in our factory in Gibela. So the work is going on. So the policy itself is enabling us to move faster and with determination.
Mbalula says the policy will be implemented in a staggered approach, which includes the finalization of the rail master plan in the short term. He also says there's a new ban brewing aiming at protecting infrastructure.
As I was coming here, I got a call from the Minister of Trade and Industry. He is busy developing a framework and bringing into law the ban of the sale of scrap metals in South Africa. And the DTI is leading us. Mainly the people who are affected here, it is myself, Minister Pravin, and all other sectors in terms of Eskom, PRASA, Transnet, and all of that. We are affected by this. So scrap metal must be banned. Selling of scrap metal must be banned. We find it in your scrap yard, you are locked up to 15 years.
Asked about the recent developments around the 3,000 reported ghost workers at the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, PRASA, Acting CEO David Mpelo says the number of ghost workers has since decreased.
We started with 3,000. And as we announced the cut-off point in the cutting of salaries, we've seen a lot of people come through. And because of that, that number is now coming down. What we're seeing right now is that there is a gap in terms of the payroll, but without diving too much onto that, we can't be a referee and a player at the same time. We've therefore appointed a forensic company to look into this, and the results of which and the report that comes out of that will hand it over to the state institutions that will deal with that.
The white paper on the national rail policy will be gazetted for implementation. Diabo Sito, SABC News, Johannesburg.